Hello friends, welcome to Dreamweaver Crocheting with Love. In today's tutorial, we are going to learn one of the combination stitches. In this pattern, I have combined V-stitch along with the shell stitches in order to form a beautiful pattern. Now let's see how this is worked out. The number of base chains that we need to make for this pattern is odd multiple of 5 plus 7 stitches. So for this sample, I am going to make the third multiple of 5, that is 15 plus 7 stitches. So in all, I will be making 22 chains. So here I have done with the slip knot. Now chain 22. So here I have done with my 22 chains. Now work one more chain. So this will act as a turning chain for this row. So the first row that we need to make is a row of single crochets. Starting from the second chain from the hook, work one single crochet into each of the stitches till the end of the row. So here I have done with the first row where I have worked one single crochet into each of the stitches. So in total I have 22 single crochets. Now for the second row, chain 3 and turn your work. So here the first 3 chains act as the double crochet. Now we'll be skipping the next 2 stitches and into the third stitch we'll be working one V-stitch. So first I'll be making a double crochet followed by 3 chains and one more double crochet all into the same stitch. So here we are done with the V. Now we need to skip the next 4 stitches and into the 5th stitch I will be working a shell comprising of 5 double crochets. So skipping the 4 stitches into the 5th stitch, I need to make 5 double crochets all into the same stitch. So here I have worked a shell of 5 double crochets. Again we will be skipping the next 4 stitches and into the 5th stitch work a V. In similar way as we had done before, a double crochet followed by 3 chains and a double crochet. So this is basically a repeat sequence, working a V-stitch, skipping 4 stitches, again work a shell stitch, skip 4 stitches, work a V-stitch. So just continue working like this till you are left with the last 3 stitches. So here I have worked the row 2, making a V-stitch and shell stitch alternately and skipping 4 stitches in between them. Now we are left with the last 3 stitches. So I need to skip the next 2 stitches and work one double crochet into the last stitch. So this finishes our row 2. Now in order to work the third row, work 3 chains and turn. Now we need to work a V on top of a shell and a shell stitch on top of the V stitch. Now since this shell is made up of 5 double crochets, so we need to skip the first 2 double crochets and work on the middle or the third double crochet of the shell. So insert the hook into the third double crochet and work a V, that is a double crochet followed by 3 chains and one more double crochet into the same stitch. So here we are done with the V. Now moving to the chain 3 space of the V stitch worked in the previous row, we'll be working a shell of 5 double crochets. So here I have worked a shell of 5 double crochets into the chain 3 space of the V stitch. Now again moving to the shell, we need to work a V into the third double crochet of the shell stitch. So you have to just repeat like this, working a V as well as a shell alternately till the end of the row. Now on top of the 3 chains that we had worked initially, we need to work one double crochet on top of the 3rd chain. So this finishes our 3rd row. Now for the 4th row, again work 3 chains, turn your work. So I'll be working the 4th row in same way as the 3rd row, and once it's done, I'll get back to you. So here I've come to the end of the 4th row by working a double crochet on top of the 3rd chain worked. So this is basically a repeat sequence of row 3 and row 4, and depending upon the crochet work for which you are using this stitch, you will be repeating these 2 rows alternately. It's a very easy pattern stitch. As you can see, it has lots of gaps. These stitches can be used for making crochet works like baby blankets or cardigans, sweaters, frocks, skirts, especially to wear during the summer times. I hope this tutorial was really very useful for you. In case of any queries, please let me know through comments. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.